All right. So we got a few Nigerian women's football related stories to get into in this one. First, we got the NFF explaining or trying to explain why the Super Falcons don't have a friendly setup for the upcoming international break. Of course, the WAFCON will be played early next year, and this is one of few opportunities the team will have to get together before then. And after that, we'll be talking about Chioma Okafor. Chioma Okafor calls an end to her time at the University of Connecticut. The season ended. She put out a post announcing it. We'll be checking that out. And also, we'll be checking out Edna Imade as the door officially closes for the Super Falcons when it comes to Edna Imade. She got a call up for the Spanish women's national team yesterday. We have a clip of her seeing herself get that call up, so we'll be checking all that out and talking about it a little bit. But first, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. So yeah, we're gonna start with the NFF's excuse when it comes to the Super Falcons not being in action for this international break. So this is the article we're gonna get it from, written by Samuel Amadu, well-known Nigerian football journalist, and this is on Naijabiasfc. So NFF scrambles opponents after schedule friendly collapses over rival coaches' concerns. The Nigerian Football Federation is racing against time to secure international friendly matches for the Super Falcons after a planned fixture fell through at the last minute. An authoritative federation source has confirmed to NigeriaFootball.ng. The setback occurred when a national association that had already reached and signed a match agreement with Nigeria abruptly withdrew. According to the insider, the decision was triggered by the opposing team's head coach, who reportedly preferred to face what he considered a, quote, lesser opponent, unquote, instead of the reigning African champions. The Nigerian Football Federation is in a dilemma and racing against time to secure at least a two-match friendly for the Super Falcons, the source said. For me, I feel like this is a whole, not bag, a whole truckload of crap what we're hearing or reading right here. A whole truckload of lies, BS. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So you're trying to tell me you planned a friendly and last minute, all of a sudden, now wait a minute, you signed, it was signed and sealed that the friendly was gonna hold. Last minute, they say they don't want to play the friendly. Now, first of all, why didn't you tell us about the friendly from the start? Why are we hearing about it now when we all of a sudden start complaining about not having a friendly? Then you're like, oh, we had a friendly, but we're not gonna tell you who, even though we signed a deal with that country, meaning that we have the right to tell you who, because we didn't renege on the deal, they did. So we definitely have a right to say publicly we had a friendly set up with Morocco, we had a friendly set up with Ghana. We have a right to say that. So why are you not telling us that? Because this is all lies. Lies. Nothing but not well thought of lies. Because if you were thinking, you would know that the country is real important in this situation. We need to know the country. Because when you put the country out there, the country is now put on the spot to reply. Oh yeah, we did have a friendly set up against Nigeria, but our coach wanted something else. Or you're a liar. So if you're not going to put out the country, first of all, I don't believe you. And then you say you signed, and all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, we want lower opponents, and that's that. That's not how that works. Why would you sign and agree on something if the person can just say, oh no, I don't want to do it again, and there's no penalty for that? So I don't really believe that. I don't think they're telling the truth. I don't think none of this is the truth. And that's because there's plenty of evidence of the Nigerian Football Federation letting the Super Falcons go inactive in an international break. You go in the lead up to the last WAFCON, that's what happened. The lead up to the Olympics, that's what happened. You qualify, and that's that. The only difference now is that there's a lot of heat on the Nigerian Football Federation. You go on Twitter, you see every other video is talking about how they've stolen money or done this or done that. So there's a lot of heat on them. They just missed the World Cup. The Super Eagles just missed the World Cup. So it's all eyes on the NFF right now. And this is bad publicity. That's all it is to them. Bad publicity. They're trying to clean it up, make themselves look good. They don't care. It's not like they're like, it hurts so bad that we're missing. No, it doesn't hurt them. They're just saying this so we have something to just think about and not just talk about, oh, they're the worst federation in football, which they probably are. To keep it real, they probably are. Because you see all these other federations, they have their reasons why they're struggling. We're struggling because of man-made reasons. And I mean, I just don't understand it. I don't understand it because another thing is, if the only issue is that you can't find a team because a team pulled out, why don't you just bring the players in anyways? Let them have their time with their coach. Let the coach see them in camp. Let the coach, because he can bring in a number of players from abroad, can bring in a whole boatload of players from the country, and we can work like that. Why not allow that to happen instead of just say, well, a team pulled out, so we can't have a camp. We need more than just playing friendlies. We still, while they're in camp, they'll practice together. The coach will get them acquainted to his system, the way he wants them to play, and that would be a good thing, no matter who we play. So if it's about a team pulling out and only that, the players should be in camp. But that's just my opinion. I guess I'm thinking about it too much. Moving on, and we'll talk about Chioma Okafor. Chioma Okafor just called an end to her time at the University of Connecticut. This tweet right here was the tweet she put it out in. So closing a chapter carried by grace. God wrote this story beautifully. Grateful for you, UConn women's soccer. Philippians 1:6. Yeah, so she calls an end to her time at the University of Connecticut, UConn. She spent 4 years there, had some nice seasons. Last season, or this season, finished with 8 goals, 1 assist, or most goals from open play. The last season, she had 11 goals and 1 assist, but 4 of those 11 goals were penalties. So really 7 goals from open play last season. So she took that up a notch to 8 goals this season. And she played 1 less match. Didn't end so good for them in the playoffs. They got trashed, 7-0. That might have been a part of her saying, hey, I gotta make a move from here. And I'm thinking, if she had to really let them know that she's leaving, even though it says that she's a senior, I think she might have 1 year left that she could stay in college if she wants to. So I'm not sure. I'm not. Don't put that in stone now. I'm just saying, because even nowadays you can stay more than that, 5 years, 6 years. I'm seeing players stay for 10. You making it a full professional career now, but I think she might have 1 year left that she can stay if she wants, or she can go pro. What I would think about doing if I was her would be going to one of the top programs in the country, something like Jennifer Echegini did, move into Florida State, a really top program. She goes there, wins a national championship, goes to Juventus right after. So that could be also a move that Chioma Okafor could think of. Of course, there is Europe, there is the United States. I think the United States is going to be a little tough because, let me just leave that alone. It's going to be a little tough to get in the United States. But Europe, Canada, Mexico, there's a lot of options for Chioma Okafor. And definitely looking forward to what options she takes. What else I want to say about Chioma Okafor? Of course, the Super Falcons. I know a lot of people were really down about her not getting any kind of time at the WAFCON. But even though I just got done talking down on the NFF, you got to credit them with that one. They gave her the deal. Okay, you can come to the WAFCON if you play for Nigeria, even though she was injured. She was injured before the WAFCON. So they take her injured to the WAFCON. And I think somebody said it online that I read somewhere. It said the ball is in her court. I think we've done just enough to keep her comfortable, to let her know that, hey, this is a program that we really want you to be a part of. And I think it's now up to her if she wants to stay with us, which I believe that she's going to be playing for Nigeria. I mean, just look at the enthusiasm from her mom just alone. I think she's definitely going to play for Nigeria. But let's see how it goes, though. Let's see how it goes. Now, last but not least, we'll talk about Edna Imade. Last time I talked about her, she was all but gone to the Spanish national team. We talked about the Spanish head coach speaking on her and saying that, hey, she's going to be on the team pretty soon. And that pretty soon came pretty soon, because yesterday it was announced that she's been called up for the Spanish women's national team. This a little clip of her hearing her name being called for the team.
Edna Imade.
So yeah, first thing first, congratulations to Edna Imade. Wish she could have played for the Super Falcons, but of course she made her decision, and we have to respect that decision. Now, a lot of people are saying, will she be a hit with Spain? Will it be a good marriage? And I feel like you never know. You never know. There's only a few people that you know going into for a fact that they're going to do what they're supposed to do. I mean, even then, it's still not a sure thing. So you never know. We'll have to see her in action. I think she has the quality. I'll tell you that. She has the quality to make it happen. I think they see her kind of like I see Sato Schwaller in Barcelona. I think she's the only one in the team currently that could bring that kind of flavor to the Spanish women's national team. So I think that also will take a lot from a game if they wanted to play like Oshuala played for Barcelona, just like it took a lot from Oshuala's game, because then you're just a point woman. You're just there to put the ball in the back of the net. You're really not there for much outside of that. So, yeah, I think she'll be a good player for him. I'm wishing her the best of luck. I would have liked her to play for us. Like I said, it is her decision to make, and it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please make sure to like this video. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.